Hello, and welcome to another Rouge unit of the Reek, and today we are taking a look at the T-62D for North Korea. So this is a rather interesting history as tank. So during the early 50s, the mainline Soviet battle tank was of course the T-55/54 model. But the main problem with the T-55 is that the Soviets thought that the gun was not powerful enough to penetrate more advanced pattern and English Centurion tanks, and so they wanted a better gun that could blow up these tanks. Now T-55 could potentially blow them up, but only using heat ammunition, but using heat ammunition was expensive and it was hard to train guys how to effectively use it. So they wanted to make a gun that could fire an AP round to easily blow up these tanks. It ended up coming up with a 115mm caliber gun, which is a rather odd size for a tank. And they put it in a T-55 chassis, and they realised it was a bit too big, and the T-55 just couldn't safely fire the gun. They needed to make it longer. And so they made it longer, and that's how T-62 was produced. Now, it's a rather interesting tank because it looks awfully similar to a T-55, except for the added length. And the gun was one of the first guns to ever be a smoothbore barrel gun for a tank. Most guns before were all rifled because rifling is more accurate and kind of gives you a bit more penetration power. The reason they went for smoothbore is the APF DS round, which is pretty much an armor piercing Sabot round, but it uses fins to stabilize it, kind of like an arrow, which was very new for the time, needed a smoothbore gun to increase penetration power because the rifling would end up hindering it. And they made roughly 25,000 of these T-62s, and they were pretty crap in all honesty. It still had the same armor of a T-55, it was cramped inside. The gun, even though quite powerful, had pretty poor accuracy and fire control systems, and it had a slow reload time as well. Also, the T-62 was double the price of a T-55, so foreign countries weren't exactly interested in buying up his tank. It was also very slow as well, and even funnier is that just like a year later, the T-64 would start coming off of production lines, and even though that was also quite an expensive tank, it would pretty much make the T-62 completely obsolete just a year later, pretty much. So, unfortunately for this tank, it was just kind of came out at the wrong time, kind of on the cusp of a new era, but of course the North Koreans ended up buying quite a lot of them, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. In battle, the T-62D is a 25-point tank with 2 weapons available to it. And that first weapon being the 2A20 150mm smoothbore gun with 34 rounds available to the tank, with a range of ground of 1.9 kilometers, 42% accuracy, 10 on the move, 11 AP, 3 HE, and 6 rounds a minute overall. It's what you get for the price. It's nothing fantastic per se. The AP and accuracy isn't all that bad. The rate of fire is pretty abysmal. We also got a Discum. It's a 50 cal machine gun. They go bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. They can kind of shoot down helicopters, but good luck trying. And if we pop down to miscellaneous stats, it's got 10 frontal armor, 3 at the side, 2 at back, and 2 up top. 10 HP, medium size, poor optics, a speed of 50 kilometers an hour, 110 on the road, or autonomy of 550 kilometers, year restricted to 1979, and type restricted to mechanized support and armored decks. In battle, the T-62D is a spam tank essentially. You get a lot of them, you kind of attack the enemy, you're gonna lose most of them, but hey, if they kill a few things here and there, I guess that will pay them off. And that's what they're good for, essentially. It has pretty decent armor for the price. It does allow you to survive lower-end RPGs and mid-range RPGs, such as a cargo staff. You can at least take 1 or 2 shots from those nasty buggers. But this is actually pretty bloody good, even though, you know, the T-62 is a crap tank by itself, and the stats aren't anything amazing, because a lot of those fire support vehicles, such as, you know, ASU-85 and the Stug and all the other good stuff, kind of got nerfed, as we all saw. And not really, still kind of worth it for the price, but the T-62D is roughly 10 points more than most of those, and it has actual armor, it allows it to survive, and a better gun. So yeah, 10 points more is quite worth it, I have to say. And you can get a lot of these guys in a card. I can't exactly remember how much. I'll probably put it in like text right here. And yeah, it's a spam tank. It's rather fun to use. I have quite a good time using them in Red Dragon armored decks. It's spammy. You move it, you shoot it, and you have a good time. And I'm going to shut up and leave it at yeah, this has been another Angry Unit of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.